Hello everybody, welcome to LT Gaming. My name is Tom and today we are taking a first impression style look at the new release Cosmoteer, Starship Architect and Commander. So this game is by Alternate Realities and I believe it was released on the 23rd. I did get an early access copy, so I've been kind of playing it for a little while. I just want to showcase this game off to you guys, have a little bit of deep dive on some of the features and basically just have a good time. At the start of the video, I just want to say if you are enjoying our content and you aren't subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe, leave us a comment and a like, as it's really helping us grow right now, and all we're focused on is just getting this channel as big as possible. Alright, so with that out the way, let's jump into this game. So in the new game mode, you have kind of the creative style where you can play unlimited credits. It's kind of like build your ship of your dreams type thing. And then there's the mode which I love the most, which is the career mode, where you are, on the grind. You're fighting, you're like mining asteroids. You're doing everything you can to get the resources you need to build ship of your dreams. Now, doing it this style often leads to very interesting looking ships. So let's just jump in and see how the game rocks from the start. So we have 3 models to kick off, and immediately this might remind you a bit of Faster Than Light. So I would highly recommend either the Model S to begin with or the Model L. They're a little bit easier and forgiving. The Model C, every time I played with it, I die pretty early, and this game can be pretty unforgiving, to be honest with you. So we can set it up here. You have advanced game options as well. So I would recommend, if you don't want it to be too grindy, you can say, let's not bother. Yeah, I hate salvaging is a good one, because otherwise you get to these bottlenecks quite quickly. Where you run out of resources. So that's kind of a recommendation from me if you want to just get going as soon as possible. And here we are. Here is our beautiful ship, the Model S, which we should obviously rename to LT Gamer Ship. And we've got we have a enemy closing in straight away. So as you can see, the interface is really cool. Very, it's 2D, but it's done very well and quite interesting, cool animations. And I just love the combat in this game. So let's showcase off this little setup we have. So we do have, where the bloody hell's my ship? There it is. We do have 2 laser blasters, which are great weapons to begin with, and a small shield generator. Now, shields are very valuable in this game because you can take damage straight away if you start getting hit. And the combat system is one where you kind of try and pick your targets to disable the ship, and often, let's be honest, like maximize what is left for you to salvage. So to disable a ship, I usually go for their weapons first. So you can see we're hammering in on these guys. That standard cannon is dropping. Alright, and so we've dropped the standard cannon. It's destroyed, but they're still not disabled. So in order to disable any ship, you either need to take out the command system, so the cockpit, or the reactor. So in this case, the reactor is not well defended. They just have a bit of armor in front of it, so I'll go for that. And you can see my laser blaster is beginning to chew through this armor and structure. And the combat in this game is so fun and addictive. I just absolutely love it. It is like FTL, but in kind of a real-time setting with pulls, obviously. And there we have it. We've disabled this ship, the Bite. And excuse me. And now we have the kind of aftermath of winning a battle. 1, you repair all the damage done, which I would highly recommend, and then you can get to salvaging the materials, which sends your guys out into space. This is your crew members, and you can see them bringing the materials in. And so this is really cool. like you can see how your ship works. So like this cockpit is connected to a good crew source and a good power source. Likewise with the shield generator, but maybe the guns aren't optimally placed. So this starts to build in your mind ways that you can build an optimally pathed ship in order to kind of get the best result possible. One thing I would say, however, is don't get too head up about building the perfectly aesthetic ship. You can turn on things like mirror mode and stuff like that, so when you build on one side, it'll build on the other. But I have found, maybe I'm just terrible at this game, but you get a kind of a sprawling monstrosity of a ship. And I'll showcase that to you guys in a second. I just want to showcase the mission system to you first. So you have kind of these factions across the galaxy. So if we look here, I'm in the Fringe Resistance Systems faction right now. And we have the Monolith, the Centauri Imperium, and the Cabal of Sol. And on the other side, we've still got more Fringe systems. So I haven't really delved too much into the faction system yet, but there seems to be reputation, faction, and they all offer different missions. And some of them seem to be warring with each other as well. So I haven't really dived and delved into that side of it yet, but it is shows a lot of potential and promise. So you can see we hail the station here, and we get missions. So for example, I could take this fugitive mission to hunt down this toothpick class, which I'll do and show off to you guys. We can hire new crew members, but in order to do so, we need more beds in the ship. We have kind of a marketplace. Often the raw basic materials are in abundance, but the rarer, harder to come by materials are, a lot harder to find and buy. And then we have blueprints, which is kind of the system in which we unlock new modules for our ship that we can kind of work towards. So maybe I want to get heavy laser blasters rather than just blasters, and I could unlock them here. So if we go into the actual shipbuilding itself, we can see different statistics about the ship. So command points dictates from the amount of cockpits you have, and you have a certain amount of modules that you can assign per cockpit. The crews and beds, I often find myself understaffed. So for example here, we have a suggested amount of 9, but we only have space for 6. So I will add in 2 quarters, so I have space for 10. Our power is within limits right now. So we can see if I then hail the station again, I can hire 4 new members, and I should have optimal functioning with my crew members now. And we can see, I'm in the green. I've got 1 more crew member than I need. That's perfect. So, one important thing, always check this. When you buy new crew members, when you are salvaging, they are out in space and have to travel to the ship. It can be quite easy to forget to do that and leave your men stranded in space. Now, let's head and try a mission, show off what that looks like, the bread and butter of the game. So this is just a simple fugitive mission. You have to get used to changing up the time. Ooh, we got an unknown contact. Let's deviate. Let's intercept this guy. He's not part of the mission, but I love fighting. Alright, we're closing the distance. We're within visual range. We can see the ship spec here. And now we can see it proper. We have a bottom feeder. Wow, it's pretty well armored. I'll take out his laser blaster first. Here we go, raining in my damage. Alright, now he only has a point defense cannon, so I can just focus on the small reactor core. Chew through this armor he's built up in front. And we have disabled the ship. There we go. Holy crap, that blew a long way away. Alright, so we will pick this up. Also, I'm showing off how to mine an asteroid. So you can actually find different asteroids. This is radioactive uranium. And then you can actually use mining lasers to get more out of them as well. So it's a pretty handy way to find resources. I haven't been too much into that side of it yet. Let's just speed this up. Get used to speeding the game up, I would definitely say that. The music, one thing I want to mention while I'm just doing some salvaging and have a bit of time. So much of my guys are going to break this apart now and get me some resources. But the music and sound effects in this game are spot on. I absolutely love them. It really appeals to kind of the fast-paced space vibe of the game, I would say. All right, back onto our mission that we were initially supposed to do. And the LT Gamer ship will rock on up into the mission area. We'll just increase the game speed. Here, nothing detected yet. Alright, so he's over here. So we need to get within visual distance. What do we have? We have a rather small ship. It's a fanged fighter with a cockpit right at the front, which is rather unfortunate. Now, we'll see. He's going to fire at us, but we've got this shield here defending us. So shields are incredibly valuable in this game. Wow, we absolutely destroyed this dude. That was a very poor build with no defense at the front. What am I doing? So we're going to travel up next to him and do our salvage. And so this is kind of the basic way to get in resources. Do missions, get money, get resources from salvaging. Now, like I said, the game can be quite grindy, so turning on the double salvage option, I kind of like it. Speeds things up. You get access to much more powerful shit earlier, basically. Alright, so we do have an unknown pirate closing in, and all my crew are out salvaging. So I just have to keep an eye that he doesn't close the distance too much, because then I'll have to recall my crew. But it looks like he is actually just circling around, not getting too close to me. And that is lovely. And we are done with the salvage. And let's just have one fight for the road. Then after this, I will load up a game I've been playing for a while and kind of showcase how your ship can develop rather poorly. Alright, we have a toothpick. Very poor design with a cockpit right at the front. But he does have good weapons here. But we've disabled him. We were fighting at quite high speed there, so... So, one thing I'll say right off the bat with this game is if you play on any sort of difficulty level, be prepared to restart and load up the game. Just make sure you save it, as it is very easy to get kind of blindsided in this game, caught in a bad rhythm against multiple ships and destroyed. So save your game a lot would be my advice. Look at this beautiful salvage coming in. So I'll just now, in that interest, save the game, LT. And then I'll load up a game that I've been playing for some time. And it is the, I think, GFGD. Very aptly named. And in this game, I have a hulking monstrosity of a ship. It is horrendous looking, let's be honest. It is armed to the teeth, and we have just a ludicrous amount of shielding. You see, we have double small shields at the front, complemented by double big shields, and then some... I had to do some shields on the side as well, so I was starting to get like hit from the side occasionally. And in future, I will develop probably a large shield generator on the side as well for a greater arc. Now, the idea with this ship, the good ship LT as it's known, is that I'm always trying to face my opponents and attack them head on. and not get flanked and avoid being flanked as much as possible. So I do have a lot of engines as well. So as you can see, I have all sorts of mechanics going on here. I even have a factory, which is producing ammunition for my large cannons at the front. I have the engine room, which synergizes with thrusters. So this was the first ship I built, so it's just been a sprawling mess, but it's been so much fun to play with. So I would recommend that you guys kind of don't worry too much about aesthetics in the beginning. Yeah, it's nice to build a beautiful ship, but in the beginning, just learn the game. Build the ship as it comes, and then you can, future playthroughs, you can worry about building the perfect looking ship as well. Now we have, luckily, a nice fight here, so let's have a look at how the good ship LT performs. Alright, is he moving away from us? Because I'm not sure I'll catch him. We have become rather slow over time. So we would... are we gaining on him? No, we're not. So I'm just going to head to a mission and show you what things look like. Now, in this game, I started out in the Tau Kutumus system, and I've since jumped to the Animenir system. But you can see that there are different difficulties for each system, so like 8 to 10 danger levels. So I moved to the 2 to 4 because this one had become very easy. So this one is okay. I'll probably will move to this 5 to 7 relatively soon, as I feel like the challenge of opponents in this one has also become easy enough for me. Let's just drive along. You can see we should have 72 crew, so my next challenge is to get my crew up whilst not completely unbalancing my ship design, even though it is pretty bad already. And let's just pump this up to 8 to speed up the transit. Alright, and here we go. We got this guy. It's a bigger ship, bit similar looking to mine. Here we go. Let's have a look at it. Okay, so he's got not much armament, to be honest. So just look at this barrage I'm going to put down now. So I'm going to aim for the cockpit. I mean, it is devastating. This ship is so much fun to fly. And then, of course, it is the same as before. I send out my people to salvage the wreckage and get all these lovely, beautiful valuables in. And look at those shimmering shields. Fantastic. And that is kind of how ships look when they build up a bit. Maybe yours won't look quite as ugly as mine, but it's just been so much fun building this. And now I'm starting to get into the side of kind of manufacturing. So I tried to get a railgun going, but it just didn't work. So in the future, I want to build a big railgun in the center of the ship, which will just hopefully allow me to one-shot ships. I don't know. I'm still tinkering around with this game and learning as I go. So hopefully that's given you a bit of an impression about this game. Hopefully it's kind of just given what a fun, brilliant game this is. And I really do mean that. Now, one thing that I would say is there is multiplayer as well. Now, because I've been in, the first wave, early access, I've been unable to find games here. So I am looking forward to, with this game being released, being able to do some PvP online, which I just think is going to be a brilliant addition. And also, I think, highlighting you can join the Discord and check out this early access roadmap as well. I would say that they have a really cool roadmap coming up. First of all, it's going to be like improvement to the quality of life of the game, which I fully endorse and think is a great way to Great way to kick off, an early access game is to make sure that the fundamentals are good. The next part is going to be the phase 1 career mode. So improving the standard gameplay and how you play through the game in career mode. I would say that this is well needed. It can get a bit same old right now. So I am looking forward to this being fleshed out and developed more. And some of the things they got planned, like shipyards, environmental hazards, sounds really cool. And I always love playing in Iron mode, so I think that will be a lot of fun once it is fully fleshed out. Then they've got these things like drone carriers, boarding, crew-to-crew combat, transforming ships. This is just all very, I guess, bit speculative right now, but it sounds so much fun and so innovative. And this is one of the things I loved in Faster and Light, for example, was the boarding aspect and building a ship that was able to board and take over ships without really damaging them too much. So I'm really excited about these developments, and I think you guys should be too. Well, hopefully that has been a good impression of the game for you guys, and that you will consider buying it if you are a fan of the genre and you love anything to do with space, or you loved FTL, or you just love tinkering around designing things. I think this is a fantastic pickup. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and if you've enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye now.